My HOA tried to find me, so I made them pay me. Okay, so you're going to want to sit down for this, because I'm still half convinced this is some kind of cosmic prank. Imagine coming home from a long day, craving nothing more than a cold beer and the sweet, sweet relief of knowing your trash is out of sight, only to find a letter waiting on your porch that makes your brain short circuit. That letter, friends, was from the HOA. And no, not like a polite, hey, your lawn might need a trim type of note. I'm talking $500 fine for improper trash placement. Yes, you read that right, $500. Let me back up. My name's Alex Mercer. I live in this neighborhood that looks like it was designed by someone who spent too much time on Pinterest and not enough time living in the real world. Every lawn is manicured to within an inch of its life, every mailbox polished, every single flower bed perfectly symmetrical. And the signs? Oh, don't get me started on the signs. No ball games before 9 a.m. Trash cans must be stored behind your garage door by 7 p.m. Sidewalk chalk prohibited. I swear some of these rules are written in invisible ink just so Margaret Hensley and her crew can keep finding new ways to ruin lives. Margaret Hensley is the HOA president. If Margaret were a superhero, her power would be the ability to make you feel guilty for existing. She walks around the neighborhood in those stiff cardigans like she's the queen of suburbia, clipboard in hand, ready to pounce on any minor infraction. Then there's her loyal band of enforcers. Tom Benson, who nods at everything Margaret says like a bobblehead. Linda Parker, the quiet one who somehow manages to make passive aggression an art form. And Richard Lee, whose obsession with rules is borderline scary. Seriously, the man has a binder of bylaws thicker than my high school chemistry textbook, and he's not afraid to use it. So picture this. I pull up to my driveway after a grueling shift at work, sun beating down, thinking about literally anything other than HOA rules. I step out of my car, see my trash can neatly sitting at the curb like a good, obedient citizen, and notice this ominous white envelope staring up at me. My first thought, okay, someone sent me a thank you note for mowing my lawn properly. My second thought, about 3 seconds later, was more like, what fresh hell is this? I open it. Dear Mr. Mercer, this notice serves as a formal fine of $500 for failure to adhere to HOA Rule 7. 3.2. Trash cans must be removed from curbside no later than 7 p.m. on trash collection days. Our records indicate your trash can was out at 7:15 p.m. 7:15. 15 minutes. That's all it took for them to sentence me to financial ruin. My brain short-circuited for a good solid 10 seconds while I just stared at the paper, trying to process that someone actually, seriously, thought this was a reasonable thing to find me over. Now, I'm not one to just throw my hands up and pay a ridiculous fine. I mean, come on, 15 minutes? If that's a punishable offense, we should start fining people for breathing too loudly or wearing socks that don't perfectly match. I crumpled the letter, muttering under my breath something about petty tyrants with clipboards, and decided to do what any rational adult would do. Start digging. The neighborhood is a mix of people who secretly hate the HOA, but are too terrified to say anything. Sophie Ramirez, my neighbor across the street, is one of them. Sweet girl, quiet, always gives me a sympathetic smile when Margaret struts by like she's the HOA's personal emperor. Then there's Jordan Kim next door, skeptical, annoyed, but smart. I've had him whisper to me once or twice that he thinks Margaret is way too into the rules thing, which is honestly the understatement of the year. Anyway, I decided to look at the HOA rulebook online because of course it's all public. I needed proof. The full story link below.